hate to break the fishing news after Ramchuck, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down.
Yep. All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
What the hell? No piss intro for my first one back?
Forgot about it, to be honest.
We probably needed to do some adventures for the upcoming season.
Oh,
I do have this, though. You ready?
Yep.
Getting me armchair GM horny.
Ooh, I actually kind of like that one.
Yeah.
That's a drop we could use a lot during next season.
Getting me armchair GM horny.
Okay.
Oh, my mic stand, bro.
We played
shocker.
another round of Kennedy's quote games on Oilers Nation Radio, and this one popped
Getting
up.
me armchair GM horny.
Probably pretty easy to guess that one.
I told your Chuck, as we're going to do studio renovations for next season, create your wish list. Mm-hmm. And nowhere on the wish list was new mic stands.
Yes, there was. That wish list had 8 mic stands on it.
Does that wish list involve anything to do with these cords?
Yes.
Good.
We're going cordless in 23.
Oh, my
boy.
I wish.
I can't high step like I used to, and walking
I
in
know.
here is a traffic jam.
When you were gone, your M-Chuck, it's like, oh, your M-Chuck's not here, so that blue button doesn't connect to anything now. That thing's got a potato instead of a lens. Like, I don't understand why so much work goes into setting this up every time.
Oh, it's because when I leave, I take things and I go, listen, if I'm
Job
gone and everything
security.
goes to shit,
Yeah.
I know my job's here when I come back.
That's interesting.
I walked by Jay's office day and did a little stutter step. I'm like, oh, am I getting called and to get fired? No, and you gave me a head nod. I'm good to
Always
go.
give a guy a week when he gets back.
Oh, yeah.
fair.
And wait till Friday.
I
Yeah,
know
it'll be
of
on
a guy.
Friday when you gotta go.
I know of a guy who used to work at a radio station in town, and they fired him halfway through his vacation.
Oh.
So they called him in it when he was back. It was like a 2-week vacation. They fired him after week 1. He came back, and they're like, hey, we let you go a week ago, so that extra week is going to be docked from your final paycheck.
Shots, even though he wasn't made aware.
He's like living it up on his vacation, gets back, and they're like, not only have you lost your job,
I
That last
feel
week
like
was good.
there's a claim to be made
I
there.
think so.
I think you have a case.
probably.
During Let's Talk Month.
Well, it wasn't that radio station.
Oh.
To be fair, it was a different.
One of their other ones.
How many radio stations are left?
It was one of the other media conglomerates that barely tries to run a radio station.
Oh, I see.
Anyways, my trip was good. Thanks for asking.
Oh, yeah.
How about that hat? You must have bought some cool stuff at the stadium.
No,
or what?
I've had
He
this
went
for
to
a while.
Seattle.
I went to Seattle.
I thought you were in Toronto.
No, I drove to Seattle. I didn't drive to
You didn't
Toronto.
follow the journey on
see
social
Well, I
media?
knew you were driving. I thought you drove out east.
1,100K?
I saw. Listen, I know. I saw I kept up with where you were, what
Yep.
kilometers
Well,
were. No, I didn't.
Space Needle
I
in
mean, like
Toronto
on
is
the road.
amazing.
I had the wrong direction.
The distance we drove would have only gotten us to Chicago, and it got us there and back on our trip, which is crazy when you think about how far east Toronto is, right? Like,
It's a 4-hour flight,
yeah, it's a trek.
and it's like an hour and 30, maybe
Yeah.
120 to Seattle.
I don't retain stuff. We even talked about what border crossing you were going to go to, and like how far through BC you were going.
Yeah.
I know.
I have good stories,
Oh, okay.
including a run of Nation Citizens.
Go
right.
on.
Okay, so stop 1, drove from Edmonton, ended up in Golden on night 1.
How's the golf course there?
I've told you this, right?
No.
It is my favorite golf course in the world.
I've heard nothing but good things
It
about
is
it.
unbelievable. You dirt cheap.
Yep.
Mondays and Tuesdays, if you're an Alberta resident, it's $65 for 18 holes in a cart.
And a cart?
Golden's in BC.
Yeah, but they do Alberta days on Monday and
hooking it
Tuesday.
up.
Oh.
Okay, it gets even better. Wednesday is Footjoy Day. $130.
Hang on.
Not the way you think. You
Here's
filthy.
an idea for the OnlyFans
Not
account.
like your foot joint.
Wednesday feature.
Okay.
$130 gets you your round of golf, and you can go into the pro shop and pick any pair of Footjoys.
So wait, you pay for golf 130 rounds with a cart, which is most normal.
Yep.
And
Mountain
you get
courses,
a
yeah.
free. You get a free pair of shoes.
Thursdays, you
Yeah, but
get
they're FootJoys.
Footjoy's got a couple sets of bangers.
$100, round of golf, and a dozen Pro V1s.
Now we're talking.
Okay, that's really nice.
I love this golf course. This is not paid promotion. I paid for my round there, went on Alberta days. It was cheap. It's unreal. The course is in awesome shape. It's always quiet. It's cheap. Love Golden. Next day, my girlfriend's parents have a place kind of just outside of West Kelowna. It's like a tiny little resort thing. And there's a mini golf course there. Amber and I hit it up a lot. I'm mini golfing, and there's some guy standing there. He goes, "You're Chuck. Why aren't you wearing an Oilers hat?"
That's the stuff.
And I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm on vacation. He was like, all right, cool, man. Left. So totally like weird thing to run into someone in like Fintry, BC. But the next day it was, because we left, drove to Seattle, went to the game last night. The guy sitting right next to me turns over in the second inning and is like, "Oh, you're Tyler Yaremchuk." Like, I watch Oilers Nation all the time. Whoa. So I was like, whoa, like what are the odds that this group of guys from Edmonton was sitting right next to us at the game? Trip goes on. We drive from Seattle, stayed a night in Spokane. Then we met up with my parents again at Panorama. My dad was at the grocery store in Invermere wearing an Oilers Nation shirt. And some guy was like, "Oh, Oilers Nation, cool." Well, they get talking. And the guy goes, "Wait, you're Tyler Yaremchuk's dad."
What?
Did he ask him if he hugged you?
He's like, "Give me a hug." Give me a hug.
So they're at like whatever grocery store in Invermere. My dad drives to Panorama. There's like a handful of different buildings.
My dad even gets recognized famous now? Is that what you tried to tell us?
Was like, "Oh,
is that what he's doing there,
I've been
Bagmilk?
following him on Instagram."
That's what he's doing.
Doxing your son
exactly
for
what
quite
he
a
did.
long time here.
So anyways, my dad pulls into his underground parking at the building there in the hotel. This guy's there too. Like they drove from the grocery to the thing. Eventually I met up with him in a hot tub.
There you go.
And got to know his story.
As the things usually
where it
progress when you meet a fan.
He is
That's where the foot joy kicks in.
Sleeping with them fans
He
again.
is a super long distance runner. His name is Patrick Seymour from Bragg Creek, neighbors with Dylan Holloway. His next run that he's going to do is 107 miles.
Oh, those ultra
It will take him
marathoners.
30 hours to complete it.
One shot?
Yeah, and
one
his
shot.
Instagram is him just like, oh yeah, just running on the top of mountains.
Okay.
He's got a Pepsi sponsorship.
Pepsi?
We don't have a Pepsi.
He was like,
If you're running 107
thinking
miles,
running
you're
like
not
kinda
drinking Pepsi.
counterintuitive, yeah.
You are not drinking Pepsi.
He's got Zins and a Pepsi deal.
anyways, talked with him in the hot tub for like half an hour. Got to know his story a little bit. Super cool guy.
He
Like
must
learning.
just be shredded.
Oh yeah. He's like long distance runner fit.
Yeah.
So skinny.
Yeah. Anyways, his son Cohen listens to all the shows.
Hey, Colin.
And he also has a 5-year-old. And he was telling me they listen in the car sometimes. And I was like, that's the face I made do on you.
Yeah.
I was like, I should probably stop swearing so much. And he was like,
I wonder
on
who told you
real
guys
life,
that.
We're introducing a generation of kids to swear words.
Yeah.
You gotta
'Cause
learn sometimes.
He said he was like, my 5-year-old's a bit of like, he didn't use the word like a parrot. He was like, he repeats a lot of this stuff.
Oh, boy.
I was like, I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like looking down when you're crossing the Niagara Falls on a tightrope. You know, thinking about the children that were listening causes
Yeah.
me to trip up my words.
My new swear word that I enjoy, children, is fuckery. You know?
So anyways, I'm sure, yeah.
At least he'll
It's
know
good
to
to
turn.
describe.
At least he'll know to turn the volume down.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It's like Tyler in the hot tub enjoys some fuckery.
Well,
You know?
Anyways,
There's
he was
some
a really cool
context.
guy. Nation citizen from
Awesome.
Bragg Creek. And then again, I went to Radium and I was taking my golf clubs out of my car, loading them up in the cart, and a guy pulled up. He was unloading at the end of his round. And same thing. He goes, "Oh, I watch Oilers Nation all the time, man. Like, what are the odds?" Every stop I went to, there were Nation citizens. Nation citizens are everywhere is the
What
moral
the
of that story.
Global.
Amazing. I'm glad they're all enjoying a nice and beautiful summer.
Surprised they know where to find it. Because they don't need a reminder of when it is.
Early morning Insta.
Just kidding. Electronic Jordan's still just wearing that joke out.
Wow.
I missed one podcast, maybe two, and
No, but you made a big deal about it.
I didn't make a big deal about
How you
anything.
need to be informed.
Yeah. I'm glad that you see people. You know what? That's a lot of fun on a trip when you do that, and then you end up in a hot tub hanging out, maybe having a drink or two, and you're just like, you don't. Hot tubs can be, if you're just by yourself or you're just with your wife, they can be just kind of like places where you have to come up with maybe some
Where you can get into some great
chit chat,
conversations.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this was like a built-in one right there. You had it. Didn't have to have any icebreakers, any awkward early talk.
Yeah. Oh, so the first time that Patrick came down to the hot tub, his kid was there talking, took a picture of this kid after, so I'd like hop out of the hot tub.
You
like,
did?
Put on a shirt because I was like,
I was
don't wanna
gonna say.
this picture with the 10-year-old. Like,
Go
that'd be
tarp
weird.
on.
oh,
But
that
the
judge
other
said
kid
you're
was
not
like-
allowed.
You went Pooh Bear instead. That was
Well,
really
like that's
weird.
a 10-year-old, and Tyler's got the body of a must be a 7-year-old.
But there were 3 other people in the hot tub, and you could tell they were like, what's going on right now?
Yeah.
Why? Who am I in here with?
Just a couple dudes becoming best friends.
Yeah.
Mind your own goddamn business. How's that sound?
So yeah, that was the nation-y part of my trip. Also, in like our big content group chat with everyone, all like the writers and stuff in the company, Chris Faber from Canucks Army posted a picture in there being like, look, the hotel I'm staying at in Bellevue, like just outside of Seattle, there's an Oilers Nation sticker on this truck. I was like, yeah, man, that's my dad's truck. Like, we're staying in the same hotel. So that was another funny coincidence.
So, you obviously didn't take the Nation truck then. You drove,
I drove
something a little better
On gas.
on gas. I mean, that truck is not bad on gas. It's
EcoBoost,
just-
Ford
it's-
EcoBoost.
It
That's
is.
fine.
Like they're good on gas, but it's just like
It's a long trip. Let the nation truck rest.
yeah.
I also needed to get an oil change done, so I left it back so the oil change could get done while I was on holiday.
Didn't you get a mobile one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
came
a
here.
great
Once
thing.
again, you see how easy that is?
What a treat.
2 days before that, I had the valet pick mine up for.
What a treat.
How is Seattle? Has it fallen?
I saw a lady peeing on a Target.
Did you see Macklemore?
No.
Like a Target, the grocery, like the store.
Yeah. No,
Inside?
not
She
like
put down a Target first,
Well,
and then
'cause
just
Yeah, once he said
you thought he was into the
she
waterworks.
carries
you know?
around a
You said
Target. and
peeing
just-
on a Target.
yeah.
That's what you said.
And
Yeah.
you are a
On
you're
a Target.
You are a piss
So there was
enthusiast.
a Target on the ground. She peed on it.
Nope, there was a Target standing upright like a building, and she was peeing on it.
On the inside of the building or the outside? Of the
outside.
building? Well, that's not that bad.
No, not that bad.
We're not that far
But I was
down
like
the
walking by. I was
descent.
like,
I'm
what's
sure
going
I've peed
here?
on a Target in
Then I
my.
got closer, and you kind of like had a side of your eye. You're like, whoa.
I don't have a master's in biology, but I know that we can aim straight ahead.
Yeah,
But
You've seen that scene in,
Does-
Step Brothers, right? She walks in and just gets that leg right up there.
So that was it? That was the only weird thing you saw?
maybe she was doing like one of those headstands with your feet on the
Yeah,
wall.
like the bridge.
Were you scared at any point? Did it look like society descended into chaos?
Wait, Seattle, like,
Apparently.
Did you go to the fish market?
I actually didn't think
It might be cleaned up, I
it
don't
was that. It wasn't as bad as people made it out to be
Okay.
outside of that one. Incident.
Good.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I kind of almost even remember it being, or like I talked to people who've gone in the last couple of years and like, whoa, like it's falling apart. And I didn't get that vibe. But again, I was only there for like 72 hours and like
One ball game,
all three.
3 ball games.
in Toronto.
12-day
No,
vacation,
he
3
was
ball
in
games,
Seattle.
6 rounds of golf.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good trip.
Wait, you played that Eagle
Eagle Ranch.
Eagle Ranch. What'd you think?
Super hard.
It is hard.
So hard.
What'd you think of Clubhouse?
It was nice.
Beautiful.
Very cool,
I had
eh?
lunch there. It was awesome.
Yeah. Really good Clubhouse.
Anyone recognize you there?
No, not
Is that the worst part of the trip?
Although on the tee sheet, like 3 tee times in front of me was someone named Al McInnes. And I was like, I wonder if it's the hockey player. So I was looking out for him the whole time. Didn't see anyone. Yeah. I had another nation-y story, I thought. Maybe not. It'll come to me.
Did you buy me my wheel of cheese?
No. Did buy a lot of very good like beer flavors and whatnot when I was down there.
Did you buy any spices?
No, I have
Did you even go to Seattle?
I have a 1 liter thing of Bud Light Cola though, if anyone's interested
Oh
in
my
sharing
God.
that. Brought it
Bud
back,
Light
saving
Cola?
it, letting it age.
Limited age.
Quality.
Speaking of nation citizens, I was in Toffino and Ucluelet this past week, and there was a local Yuki that had a nation decal on his car, and then he started talking on Insta DMs.
Nice.
Nice guy. He said he saw us. We were getting ready to go on a walk into the ancient loop, ancient trees. No, there's this like cool tree loop. You go. Anyways, that's super cool.
Oh, I had a run-in with a bear.
There it is.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw a bunch of bears. So describe what a run-in with a bear is.
So I'm scared of bears, and I think that's a natural
I think that's a
thing
natural
to
human.
be like
You and-
frightened when
you
you
and
see
everybody.
a bear.
I think you should be scared of bears. I
Yeah.
don't think there's anything bad there.
So finished hole for people who played Grey Wolf before. Finished hole 12, par 3. You go down to
Oh,
the
there's
cart.
always bears in that course.
Oh yeah,
that's why they call it Grey Wolf.
fair. And I go to get in my cart. My parents are in the cart behind us, and I'm about to drive. You had to drive through a little forest to get to the next hole. And my dad was like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Oh, what?" He goes, "The bear just ran right in front of you." And I was like, "Oh."
You missed a bear running in front of you. They're kind of
I was
big.
writing down the scores.
How'd you score?
I parred that hole.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Priorities. Get that
so
out there.
Bear runs in front, and we're like, "Whoa, what do we do?" Like mildly frightened. You don't know if it has like cubs with it or whatever. Like, how scared should you be in this scenario? So Amber called the clubhouse and was like, "Hey, we saw a bear on hole 12. Like, just letting you know." And they were like, "Okay, thank you." And Amber's like, "What do we do?" They were like, "Keep golfing." Kind of like,
Yeah, don't worry about
idiots.
it.
Yeah. So like, okay, a little bit frightened to like drive through this forest where I know the bear.
What did you score on that hole?
Oh, okay. So the next hole was, I think it's like a longer par 4 or a par 5. So we play the hole, whatever. Hole ends, and there was a bathroom at the end of that hole. So my mom, Amber, go use the bathroom. And my dad and I were like, "Oh, let's go drive up to the tee box." And Amber was like, "No, can you wait?" I was like, "Okay, fine." So I'm sitting there on my
she
phone.
didn't want. She was scared of the bear.
She was scared of the bear.
I hear that.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there on my phone, and then they come out of the washroom. I turn around to look, and the bear is like 20 feet away from the bathroom.
What?
And I was like, my eyes got big, and I was like, "Run.
Run.
Come here. Hey, hey.
Shove your mom at the bear and
Hey,
run
bear.
away.
Well, I was
Hey,
like,
bear.
I was like, the bear's over there. And my mom was like, Tyler, shut up. And I was like, like, bear's there.
This
and
is
my
not
dad then turned around and was like, oh, yeah. Like, it was real close. So that was frightening. And then we went up, and the tee box is, like, right by that bathroom, but you have to go up so you can't, like, see the ground, really. And we all ran up there and just teed off as fast as we could. Right down the middle, like, all of us hit the fairway. Just, like, tee up, go, shoot, run back to the cart, drive away.
Survival.
Yeah. The adrenaline was definitely going a little bit. And then, again,
Extreme
like,
golf.
I'm a city boy. Never really been out in the country all that much. I am scared. I am like mildly frightened that there is a bear that has now followed us a hole. Granted, he was following the river, not probably following us.
You just don't know what it's going to do.
Yeah, and we saw the cart girl, and I was like, hey, like, there's a bear right there. And she was reading a book because the carts just stay stationary. And she was like, okay. I was like, you might want to, like, tell some golfers as they come the other way. And she was like, call the clubhouse. I was like, okay.
We already did that.
They're desensitized, man. There's always bears lurking around there.
I know they are. They're totally, like, desensitized to it. And then there's, like, us, 4 people from the city who are like, oh, my God, we might die.
Oh,
call
bears.
the life insurance place. I'm dead after this hole.
It's totally fine to be scared of bears because of what they could do to you, but they're also just amazing creatures.
Oh, seeing it that close, like, looking back on it, I was like, damn, like,
It's cool.
It was cool.
We had one that showed up in our backyard twice this week.
really?
It kept coming, yeah. It was super
like
cool.
a black bear?
Black bear,
Were
yeah.
you leaving food out or something?
No,
just letting Crawford
because
run
we
around
were
in the backyard?
No, we
They're
were
like, okay.
we were on this like cove, and like the bear would always like there was like berry bushes and stuff down there. So the bear would come and feed because we were reading the guest book in Airbnb.
And it said bear.
And the week before, like, oh, it's so nice to see that black bear visit us every morning. We're like, oh, wicked. And then, yeah, he came twice, or she.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Cool. I
It's
saw
so great to feed the bear every morning. Then the next entry's like, did not stay in unit.
a fed
Rest in
bear is a
power.
dead bear. Do
Bear
not
was
feed
in-
bears. Our fishing guy was like upset. He's like, oh, we have a nuisance bear. Someone, like, it's been getting into food now, and unfortunately, they're probably going to have to put it down. I'm like, damn it. And then that guy was like super upset about it because they want to keep all the bears going. But a fed bear is a dead bear. Do not feed them your stuff.
I mean, if my stuff is there and is going to eat it, I'm not going to stop them.
No, but don't make
So-
it accessible.
Yeah.
Well,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was all the stories from my trip, though. Golfed, like, shit a handful of times. It's great. It's always great on vacation when you're mad at yourself for how bad you're golfing. But
How'd the engagement go?
yeah, I was getting a lot of DMs.
Oh, I wonder
What
why.
happened?
What happened?
Also,
What
Wanye
happened?
made that John Daly meme.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
And I have a family member who kept liking it on every platform. And I'm like, I really hope they don't think this is like actually.
I was sitting there and I saw your photos of how happy everybody looked, and I said, "What can I do to ruin his day?" So I announced an engagement that was not.
I wasn't
to
really
be.
sure who was behind all of it. There was your meme, but then I heard Liam on a lot of the shows kept really pushing it.
I mean, now you just
So-
have to spend another chunk of money on another vacation.
Yeah.
So kind of let an opportunity slip
Could have
away.
just
But
saved so much money. Yeah.
When I saw Connor and Lauren at the football game or baseball, no, it wasn't. It must have been baseball. And then Lauren's parents were there. I was like, oh. And then sure as shit, announcement time. When I saw your parents were there, I thought, oh.
Would have been a good trip to do it on in hindsight.
well, duh, in front of the bear.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Like, we might be going down here, baby.
The bear could
You
do
just
the
need to know.
ceremony.
Exactly.
Roar twice if I should get married.
An ordained
Ring
bear.
bear.
oh, the ring bear.
Wouldn't you want to be in the same summer as when Connor got engaged? When Ethan Bear, congratulations to him for
Cam
getting
McDavid
married.
got engaged too.
Mitch Marner, not congratulations. Nice gritty. What a nerd.
Yeah, that was.
That was
The
so.
Charlie horse?
E-
You saw that he faked a Charlie horse,
Oh
right?
my god, like a cat, like a hamstring sprain.
Oh, well.
That thing's played out.
So that pissed you off.
Yeah, just annoyed. He's just such a goof.
Would you have left the wedding if you'd been there?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, yeah. Would have left right then.
He
and
does
there.
the gritty. You just, okay, we're going.
Come on, kids.
Yeah.
It's like
You just pop up into a
the
perfect
year
handstand and
after tonight's gonna be a good night. If that when that came out and that was your wedding song the next year, I'd be like, okay. I mean, come on.
If you're doing
a little
anything other
played
than
out.
slow dancing at your wedding, it's a tough pill to swallow for me. It's not the time for choreography and other excitement. You do your slow dance like you learned in church.
Like, was the ring just not ready, or what? What happened? Got cold feet?
Yeah, did you connect him to
The
your
bear
guy?
came out and he swallowed it. Ugh.
Never asked.
Yeah. You did connect, or you did tell me about your guy who I'm supposed to use. Yeah, no, I just didn't do it.
Just not sure, hey?
We know.
Just not sure.
Or did he do it?
Might have.
Oh,
All that money he saved on FootJoys and Pro V1s. Might have just. I have so many pairs of FootJoys.
You wouldn't
now.
keep that secret from your old pals on the podcast, would you?
No, I wouldn't. No, I didn't do it. I don't know. You were really
very uncomfortable right
I know,
now.
but because we're
So
now,
did he do it or did
we're
he
now
need to
really
do it?
building this up to the
Yes, he
point
did.
now that when I do it, I'm worried Amber will be like, "Is this a bit?" Like,
When he does do
You
it,
know?
we should make no mention of it whatsoever. And just not congratulate you, not make any mention of
Yeah.
it. You post, no one likes.
oh, dancing at a wedding. I was in a wedding the weekend before I left, and you said only slow dancing. My friend who got married, big fan of the rapper Blueface. To the point where he had custom ordered a shirt that is just a bunch of Blueface all over. It's nothing but Blueface's face.
Wow.
So when
He
I
really
went,
likes Blueface.
when I went up to give my speech, I was like, "Hey man, like I brought you a change of clothes for later in the night when you get uncomfortable." I was like, "Here's a pair of athletic shorts. Here is your favorite shirt, your Blueface shirt." And then I stole his Crocs earlier in the week as well. So I have a great video of him on his wedding night dancing, wearing his Blueface shirt under or over top of his suit and his Crocs. And he's like dancing. He's doing like his belt buckle dance.
Blueface?
Hilarious. To Blueface. Tatiana was playing.
Oh, Tatiana.
Yeah. It was great. Better than Mitch Marner's Gritty.
Yeah.
Blueface.
Mitch
Yeah,
Marner's Gritty wasn't bad.
If you played a Blueface song for me right now, I would not know what it was.
He's mostly known for fighting with his girlfriend.
Yeah. What's her name again?
Tatiana.
Krishan Rock.
Krishan. Yeah.
They fight a lot. Yep.
Yeah.
Not like Zion in that lady fight. That's way worse.
No,
Maybe
that's
she
a
needs to get
definite fight
Blueface's
for the.
name tattooed on her face.
Didn't the other lady? Yeah, she got.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
So anyways, I
Is
was
his
gone.
face blue?
he's got a tattoo of $100 bill guy on his face, and they're blue on the new hundreds. The Benjamins.
It is wild how face tattoos are they're here.
Have you seen Dennis Rodman's new face tattoo of his
Yep.
girlfriend? It is not a good
It
face
is not
tattoo.
good.
Kind of like Drake's dad's tattoo of Drake.
But on his face, like, I don't know, Rodman.
Face tattoo is a tough look, I think, generally.
Remember when Mike Tyson got one and it was like the most shocking
Yeah.
news of all time? Now it's nothing.
If you got life-changing money and didn't have to worry about working anymore, wouldn't you just be like, I'll get one?
I like tattoos, but not on my face.
No?
I just
get it
don't
everywhere
know
else.
if I want to get like the actual act of being tattooed on my face.
I don't know if I could do that.
Get like the
Well,
always
so-
tired but always horny. That's what you do. And then you go to a
Armchair
job
GM,
interview and you wink. Yeah. Hire me at this Lubex.
It's funny now, though, you mentioned the Post Malone always tired, and now he's just covered in face tattoos. You barely see those anymore.
It's crazy. You don't even notice. Little Wayne has so many face tattoos now.
Yeah.
I remember when he got Fear God tattooed in his eyelids. Then the first interview said, no, I'm not even really that religious.
He has that crack in his head and his hairline. Like, yeah, you got a
Sure.
bunch.
Frankenstein crack.
Yeah, yeah.
I am music.
How do they assure you that the needle doesn't like go into your eye?
I don't want
Think like this. Easy.
Easy does it. Don't move.
They just remind you of the waiver you signed before you sat down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That hurt a lot. Rather than fear Jesus, could you just make it say fear God?
Yeah, there's too many letters. Or just fear, actually.
just put
How
a
about
G. I'll know what it stands for.
I get the gist of it.
I heard an amazing story about Birdman this weekend.
Okay.
This guy was telling a story that he went to Birdman's house like 10 or 15 years ago. No, in New Orleans. And they go up to this huge mansion, and there's like 5 Range Rovers parked outside, and all of them have flat tires. And this guy says to Birdman, why do you have all these cars here with flat tires? He's like, oh, I ain't been here in a minute. And like an hour later, they delivered a new Rolls Royce for him.
That's a good life.
He had Range Rovers everywhere. I ain't been here in a minute. And then a Rolls pulled up. That's the kind of money you have when you invent Nicki Minaj.
So I was gone for 4 episodes, I think.
Yeah.
There were a lot of different people on the podcast.
Cast changed a lot. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kennedy made a handful of appearances.
Yeah.
She was producing, actually.
Liam?
She was running. She had to produce most of the episode.
Oh, okay.
Blueface was on.
Was Aaron on one?
Nope.
Okay. Gavin?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, Gavin was, yes. Gavin was on
They
there.
were doing ON Radio? Gavin was.
Kennedy also did some of those.
Liam.
Liam before he left on his trip. He looks like he's having a great time.
Oh shit! I don't know if I follow him on social.
Where's he? Motherland?
Yeah.
I also like, though, that he is still updating his Liam Horrobin scouting Instagram account from over there.
Scouting like AJ
What's
players.
he scouting?
Oh, you just just updating his.
Yeah, he's
profile,
just
man.
letting people
letting
know
people
who the
know.
crew are signing.
Yep.
He had a great post his first day on the trip, and it's him with the red M&M.
Oh yeah, that I saw.
And the caption is just "Epic Day at the London M&M store."
Oh my god!
Like, did he go to the one in Vegas when we were there? Because if not, I feel like we need to take him.
The green one's sexy. Keep
yeah, she's
scrolling.
sassy.
Oh, girl.
Hey, girl. She got the heel on.
Epic day at the M&M store in London.
I wonder if he got M&Ms with his own name on it. Kind of have to.
Epic Day. That just fucking kills me.
He could go to like an M&M store pretty much anywhere. I think there's
Not
a,
the London one.
I think there's
you
a few.
hear him say it, right? Yeah.
Oh,
And like, what made it epic? Like, I want to know what he did in there.
It's probably not that as big as he's alluding. He's just.
Because I've been to the one in Vegas and I got candy and left.
Oh man, it's intense when it's busy in there. But you can get. M&M has like a dark chocolate mint M&M. It is so good.
They need a banana M&M, a banana chocolate.
Liam would faint.
You know what I
For
learned
Liam.
about salmon fishing?
They love M&M's?
No. Well, it's not. I guess it's not specific to salmon fishing, but bringing bananas on the boat is bad luck.
You brought one?
Says who?
Yeah, what?
The salmon?
I don't know if it's strictly to salmon fishing, but I think it's either fishing or like ocean boating.
Okay.
So did you?
There's a captain of a charter there. And if you have bananas on the boat, he'll throw it off into the harbor before you even disembark.
So this is from a website called
1873.
Hubbard's Marina.
Here we go.
Bananas are bad luck on a boat. You might be asking yourself why. It is an unusual nautical superstition that began in the 1700s and still persistent today. When trade ships sailing from the Caribbean and Spain started to disappear, legend has it that only the curved yellow fruits would be found floating amongst the wreckage. Seafarers believed that the bananas had caused the ship to sink, which led many rumors back at the dock and throughout the seas, and the tradition carries on today. So for whatever that means.
So my question is, how do we ship bananas?
Yeah.
That's my first question.
It's
I wonder if a
Just
banana
the
boat
baddest
captain.
captain on the seas, like, again, shit.
No, he must get paid extra money.
That banana bonus.
air
You
freight.
got that banana bonus.
air freight.
It has to be air freight. The ships are going
Banana
down.
air.
And I don't understand because like the minute I buy one, it's black in like 4 days.
Yeah, you go green, good, brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a 4. So I don't know how they get them here so quick.
Helicopters.
Well, there's
Carrier
a
pigeon.
couple things they do. One thing they do is they put them in those boxes and they kind of like have the wrapper in there and they put this like gas. They gas the boxes to preserve them.
Is this true?
This is true. I used to be a produce guy at Safeway.
Oh, that's true.
So you'd have to, when the bananas would get to Safeway,
Can't
you'd have
breathe.
to open up the boxes and let them breathe for a little bit before you put them out.
Really?
Let them breathe.
You gotta let the
'em
bananas
breathe.
breathe,
I like
man.
that.
But do not put them on your boat because our captain the second day, because we had two different captains. He's like, "Oh, bananas on the boat." Luckily, I don't give a shit about what they say about bananas. And we're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, no. It's apparently it's bad luck, and like a lot of the captains in the harbor here will not let you on their boat with bananas. They'll make you throw them out."
Then everybody else in the boat look at you and like, what the hell are you doing, man?
No, we're all laughing.
One reason could be that bananas are naturally sweet and sticky, and they also release ethylene gas, which some believe acts as a natural fish repellent. There you go. Fish don't like bananas.
Well,
When you open up the box and the gas off gases, does it like smell like anything?
Do you think it gave you long-term damage from inhaling all that
Still to be
Did it get
determined.
you high? Did
Still,
you always you'd always know which guy wanted to go unpack the bananas?
I volunteer.
Okay, I'll do that.
I got it.
Can I work every Tuesday? It's banana shipment day.
yeah, I don't think I don't remember smelling anything.
But I'll need Wednesday off.
But I
haven't
remember one
smelled
time.
anything since.
I remember one time I opened up a banana box and there was like these two crazy huge bugs came out
Alive?
alive. I was like,
Well, they were preserved
and
from
they
the
just-
gas.
the gas saved them. And I was like, oh my fucking God, what just happened? Like these two monster bugs came out and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, okay, I don't know where the fuck they went. And
Where
then
COVID started.
Did you think about calling like Fish and Wildlife and being like, look, there very well could be
I
an
was gonna- I
invasive
was-
species that just got loose in the Safeway.
I was going to hire, what's the Larry the Exterminator? What's the Anyways, that guy.
They mate. Suddenly there's just a huge nest in the roof of the Safeways.
Then I'm like, okay, well, fuck, they're nowhere to be seen. And then I'm going to walk out the store, and one fell on my head. And it's because they're right above the entrance, just hanging out. And I think like the automatic door, like the vibration, like set jolted him. It's lost its footing. And then they were huge, and when they flew, like you heard them. Yeah, it was crazy.
They flew. Sounds like
That's the thing. They when I opened up the box, they flew out at me.
Good Lord.
Sure wasn't like a bat.
That's the produce game, though. Like when you're dealing in organics like that, you're gonna see some shit.
The produce game.
Yeah,
Fair.
So no bananas on a boat.
So then I started bringing a gun to work.
What about a banana boat?
Maybe that's the thing.
Maybe that's the thing. It's got to
like
be a banana boat.
Right.
The ironic idea behind a banana boat.
Ironically, all I know about banana boat is it's a kind of suntan lotion, not an actual boat.
Have you ever seen the picture with like LeBron James, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, and they're all on a banana boat with Gabrielle Union?
No.
And they're being pulled by a boat? Like another
like
boat?
one of the inflatable bananas.
I have never seen people look as out of place as they are on that banana boat. Because they're just
so
like
big.
these big athletes and they're on like this child's toy.
It's amazing.
And you're like,
Hold all
what are you
three.
guys? It was 4 of them. Gabrielle Union was a big banana boat. Because, I mean, LeBron's not small.
Did you know that Kevin Durant and the lady who got arrested in Russia are dating? What's her name? Brittany Griner?
Is that true, or is that just something the internet's making up?
Well, I saw a meme where they hugged and looked very much in love.
Wasn't Tom Brady dating? Wasn't he dating Kim Kardashian?
No,
that
they
got
spoke
debunked.
at the white party. He's dating Irina Shayk.
Irina
Shayk.
That's the latest I've seen.
Yep. Before we keep moving on, need to talk to everybody about the Oodle Noodle Hot Box, which I had the pleasure of trying, and there's video proof of me trying it, and video proof of me using chopsticks for one of the first times in my life.
Yeah, and no video proof of you drinking a gallon of milk after the box.
I only had the one glass that I was given.
That was
gallon
Liam.
glass.
Liam was the leader and a half.
Someone.
You guys had a milk drinking competition?
No, they had the hot box for Oodle Noodle. It was
For
very
Oodle
spicy.
Noodle.
I bet you can't drink a 4 liter.
Yeah. Do you know the Oodle
way.
Noodle Challenge? 4 liters of milk or your money back?
So Liam ended up polishing off about 1.5 liters of milk to get through the hot
Oh
box.
man, that is so. I don't know if I've had 1.5 liters of milk in the last year.
I haven't had a glass of milk in forever.
Sometimes I like just mixing in a good glass of milk.
I am not surprised.
My guilty
that you
pleasure
say
is like cereal right before bed or like in the middle
I
of
do
the
love
night.
cereal. That is how I consume the bulk of my milk.
that. I haven't had milk.
What's your go-to cereal?
In a long time.
It's me, senior citizens, and toddlers. We all love plain Cheerios.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Do you put any sugar on it?
Well, it depends what I got.
Cut up
Last
strawberries?
night I cut up a banana in it and put
Couple
some
bananas?
caramel sauce on top.
Oh, you're making like a dessert.
You weren't on a boat, were you?
Yeah.
I was
Did
not
they
on
just
a boat.
sink right to the bottom?
They did, and it was delightful. I went fishing.
Do you because I like a banana and honey and Cheerios too. Do you cut them up not in like big round pieces, but cut them into like quarters so that you can get maximum like even distribution of banana to Cheerio?
It's funny you mentioned I halved and then chopped
Yeah.
the banana last.
Oh, have to.
Yeah.
It's the only way to go about
Really?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went long ways.
Because you can't have like, what if you get like 2 big bananas and like 4 Cheerios?
Yeah, because otherwise there's
now
no
you're
Cheerio
now you're
per
now you're
banana.
at a banana deficit
Yep.
to Cheerio ratio.
Yep. Plus the caramel sauce on top. Lovely.
Caramel sauce?
Yeah.
What the
On
hell are you
plain
doing?
Cheerios.
Fucking right.
You've drawn the line in the wrong part of the sand.
Hey, it doesn't matter.
Did you forget you weren't having
That's
ice
not
cream?
so plain.
Honey nuts? No, I'm watching my waist. Pardon me.
No, I love plain Cheerios.
Let me grab the
That's my favorite.
Smucker's caramel. Put it on there.
That's kind of what it was.
It's healthy. It has a banana. No, it's
No, I wasn't going for
plain.
health last night. I was going for something delicious. Oh, yeah. I was watching the new episodes of Love Island. Come on, man.
What's happening on Wednesday, everybody?
Is it finally here?
Breezy.
Such a late start.
I feel like it's not going to be the same because I'm going to be getting into hockey mode.
No, I know. And football.
It'll be hard
Yeah,
to
it's
keep
going to
up.
go until like the end of October, isn't
I
it?
think they said it's a 100-day season, so yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, so is it not? It's still 3
We're
days
going
a
to
week?
get so busy.
I think so.
Oh man, I can barely watch 3 hours of TV a week right now. I'm stressed out.
So
about
last an episode that you guys weren't here, we talked about the Netflix documentary Quarterback, and I begged
I was
Moke-
surprised Wanye and I had finished it and you had.
Yeah,
That was
I hadn't
trying
even
to learn
started
about
it when you
football.
guys brought it up. And I love mic'd up sessions on the NFL Network where they will mic up a player. You'll get about 5 minutes of good content. but it's always edited. They got to keep it family friendly. But this show is 8 episodes, 50-minute episodes, following Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota. And it's them on and off the field. I watched all 8 in 2 sittings. It was awesome. Like the on the field stuff, I knew what I thought it was like, and it wasn't that I was very far off, but it's still just so riveting to see.
How hurt they get every play.
Just how hurt they get. Just like how calm Kevin O'Connell and Andy Reid are in the middle of a game when they're coaching and they're going to talk to their quarterbacks. Like if you've ever played Madden and you're just trying to like keep up with the clock and call a play, like it's fast.
And how about calling those plays?
And calling the plays, like
The complexity of their
there's
play
a whole
names.
episode just on them
Oh
calling
my God.
plays and how much studying they have to do.
I have a totally new respect for like the academic rigor of playing football.
Totally.
I do too. 100%. I wouldn't even be able to remember the phrases needed to execute the play.
Each word is more complicated than the last.
Yes.
Another thing I kind of like, I knew it, but I knew it for the day and maybe for the week, but not for like the hour by hour, how regimented, how routine these guys are. Like they have so much going on in the fact that they have to study the playbook. They have to get the week's game plan, plus do all this physiotherapy. Like they've got people coming in and out of their houses, like at all hours. It's intense how much work they have to do.
I have to ask a question. So when they make the game plan, is that like essentially what they're going to do for every play of that game?
So no, I believe, because they don't break it down like that, but what they say is like, something worked this week, but they have guys. So let's just say you're in week 1, you're playing this team, and in week 2, you're playing this team. Well, while week 1 is happening, you have video guys that are breaking down the week 2 team. And what they're doing is they're seeing what kind of like how their defense and their offense will play against your defense and your offense. And so what they'll do is they'll fine tune it with some plays old, but they'll come up with certain circumstances that match well with their defense. But that is like the most simple way to explain it, because the plays within those plays are so complex in the fact that there's like 4 different options in each play. You have to, and I think the one way that it is kind of shown that it's a little bit easier is if they know the formation overall, they're really only focusing on their first read and the defensive guy's reaction to that first read. And if they get it, they'll go to it. But if they don't, that's when you go and you change the play. And you do it based on like a movement or a formation. But even after the first set of downs, when the offense comes off, they're right back sitting there with those Microsoft tablets.
Good brand read.
And they're talking about what they just saw, what we can do here, what might work here, right? It's constant. And so they go them all week with a game plan, but it changes like series to series. It's so intense.
I'm going to start that tonight.
It's very, very
The
good.
intensity of it all, I think, is what comes through the show.
And like my wife watched she just watched the last one because I know she likes that kind of stuff, but she's riveted with the on the field stuff. And so am I. I mean, I already know how the season played out. So do you. The real stuff that like gets me riveted is after the game, them in the locker room, them going home, like you think at a 1:00 game, Patrick Mahomes on a Sunday is like finish the game and he's going to go and like take an ice bath and all. He gets in the car with his family, drives home where they have 10, 12, 14 people. They have a nice dinner. They all hang out. They talk about the game while they watch like the Sunday nighter. That's like your average Sunday. So it's like, and he's just a normal guy, man, and just Kirk Cousins just goes home with his family, puts his kids to bed the night after a game, just kids to bed,
Yeah, you make up their lifestyle to maybe be a little bit more like crazier.
Yeah, like
unnormal.
Well, because I think we get the perception sometimes, where you hear of guys like John Morant who are just in the club, James Harden, that you go to the club
with their
like
gun-lighters.
you work.
That's what I like.
You work all week for that
I care
game,
about.
and it's tough and it's stressful. And after the game, if you win, you might want to go like unwind. And it's just the fact is like I think
want to
they're
roll
just
4
exhausted.
deep in a car with my Gatto.
They just want to go home and hang out. And then they literally wake up and they go right back to work. The next day they start with their body prep and recovery, and like Tuesday they lift, and like Patrick Mahomes basically moved a guy that was his strength and conditioning guy, who has the nicest facility I've ever seen, and works out with him 3 days a week.
You're my guy now.
Yeah, you're my guy now.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I like the most is like seeing the kind of, they hit the gym obviously, but seeing the other stuff they do to prepare for a football game is interesting.
the relationship that Kirk Cousins has with the physiotherapist and the chiropractor that come to his house, and they basically set up a table in his basement. He gets on it and they hang and they work out, and like they massage him, they do cupping on him, like they just get his body ready, and they do a lot of work. And when you see Patrick Mahomes at the end have success, and he goes and gives somebody who gives him massages once a week to help him get ready, as big of a hug as he gave like Travis Kelce.
The line that killed me, Chalmers,
really
in that
cool.
was when they said that basically each play you're hit, it's like being in a car crash.
Yeah.
Like the damage on your body is like being in a fender bender every play.
Well, and I mean, this isn't a spoiler alert or anything. We all know that Patrick Mahomes hurt his ankle last year, right around the end of the season, right? And he struggled with it all through the playoffs. And in the games where he re-aggravates it, but then he goes and gets treatment and he comes back out and it's all taped up, he gets hit and you wince. You feel it like in your body. You're like scared for him. You're going, oh, you like don't want to see it. You want to cover your eyes. Because now I can just not imagine like how the wives feel watching their husbands
like,
get this.
Moaning in pain now after plays, like going to the bench and being like, ah! But for like every play. That's
just like that was just
crazy.
his default
His ribs,
sound.
he's just like, I've had ribs for like 5 weeks that have just been absolutely bothering me every time I breathe in.
That's good.
And he has no choice to get over it, but then you just see him like after like a really important game, he goes out and gets his daughter and they come in, or his son, I mean, and like he takes his son in and they get like food from the thing, and he's just in his full gear with his son, and you're just like, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then there's the part about like seeing all their houses and like Patrick Mahomes and Brittany's new house, and you're just.
But then what's the third guy's name?
Marcus Mariota.
You just see how fucking cutthroat that sport is.
Yeah, so they only followed 3, and the fact that they got the Super Bowl winning quarterback, your above average quarterback who makes the playoff but has a few struggles along the way, and then a guy who's just trying to hang on his job, and what happens to him? Having 3 of the same storylines with 3 different guys, you couldn't have picked 3 better people through the season. They have a new season coming out. Hey, they've decided on who the quarterbacks are going to be. Did you know that? 2 of them I know one is Josh Allen. One is Aaron Rodgers, and the other one
Ryan Leaf.
No, not
That'd be an
Ryan
interesting
Leaf.
one. I'd like to see what he's up to.
Not Ryan Leaf.
OJ?
No, Justin Fields turned it down actually
Juice
from the
Man?
Bears.
Yeah.
The juice on
I
the
can't
loose.
remember. We'll find that. But anyways, watch it. If you love the behind the scenes stuff at sports, you'll love it. And Peyton Manning just absolutely knocked it out of the park with this. You just like he's doing
It's a Peyton Manning show?
Yeah.
totally produced and
Omaha production.
his total
Dang,
brainchild of
Peyton, you
Peyton
did it
Manning.
again.
Yep.
I'm also excited about the untold stories that are hitting Netflix as well coming up.
Yeah, they're coming
Johnny
up.
Football's next week.
The Netflix people sit down, Peyton Manning, he's got a blank piece of paper in front of him. They're like, come up with a show. He's like, quarterbacks?
Could you just
Football,
imagine? Let's take it
quarterbacks.
to hockey. Could you just imagine doing the same thing with hockey players?
You're describing
You have, like,
Oilers Plus.
Connor
for the low
McDavid.
price of $30 a day.
There is-
you could be behind the scenes of the Oilers.
There is no chance Oilers Plus is following Connor McDavid
They
home.
do indeed.
I think it'd be interesting, but I also think hockey culture might take it in a weird way. Of like, if let's say next year they did it, right? And it was like Connor McDavid, Mitch Marner, and Matt Tkachuk. And they're going to follow him around for the year. If one of those teams struggled, I guarantee you'd be hearing shit about like, that stupid Netflix show.
But that's, they don't tell you till the end of the year that it happened, right? Same thing would happen in football.
But you'll know in the moment that these guys are being followed for the Netflix
And you
show.
know why I think that
It
that
would be,
doesn't.
it sucks, but I guarantee you that would be the thing. It'd be like, oh, yep, yeah, you want the Netflix spotlight. Maybe focus on winning there, buddy.
So the cynic in me would say, well, there's camera, like you can't, how could a Netflix show bother you? But in football, in golf, and in like baseball, basketball, there's cameras around all the time. But in hockey, it just really seems like it's more closed off. It's more in a bubble.
Yep.
So maybe the cameras would be, but like, how can you not see as an organization or like as a league that F1 spawned like the golf one, and now this quarterbacks one with football and getting deeper inside is the best possible way to grow your game.
It is. Yep.
How can you not see that, NHL? Let's just go back to having a Heritage Classic. There's a Heritage Classic coming up this year. Calgary, Edmonton. Why is there not
Those HBOs leading up to like the
Yeah, they
winter.
do.
the Washington Pittsburgh one? I rarely watch like hockey like I didn't watch very many of those hockey. I was absolutely in on that one.
Yeah, it was great.
It was so good.
Did you see episode 6, season 2 of Oil Change when they disclosed that Tom Gilbert had an affection for shoe collecting?
Oh my God.
That was pretty
riveting.
Good.
The
Riveting.
funny thing is I can remember that episode.
I was like, shoes. I wrote it down.
Taylor Hall and Jordan Eberle's apartment together.
The best.
Mm.
I wouldn't give. What a moment in time.
All right, before we keep moving along, we need to stop and pause for a quick ad. And we also have to give some love to Wilhock Beef Jerky. I was done my load up of Wilhock Beef Jerky by the time I got to Golden for my first stop.
You ate it all in the first
Don't blame you.
I didn't buy enough.
leg of your
I didn't
trip.
buy enough was the mistake.
Yeah, you can never buy enough. That's the problem.
Jay, did you get wind of Messi on your trip? Coming out and playing?
Oh yeah, I think that
Coming
happened
out.
before I was going.
Is there anything that's like beef jerky where no matter how much you just get a second, no matter how much you buy, it will. Did you really want me to continue on with what you just said and the look he gave?
Yeah, I would. Let's talk about Messi.
I don't think I want to.
Why? You don't like soccer?
That would be like if Connor McDavid signed in the Dell when he was 38.
No,
and scored a hat trick.
it's buddy.
MLS
if he
is coming
scores
on, though,
3 more goals, he is Miami's all-time leading scorer.
It's amazing that Beckham came over and he was 32.
Look it up. If he's
4 goals is the lead.
no, he has 3 right now. If he scores
I've only
3
seen
more,
his first game.
he got like 2 more the
Yeah,
next
second game was
in
way
the second
cooler.
game.
Oh,
He had
wow.
3 goals in 2 games, and apparently
The team's brand
if
new.
he
So
had
there's not a lot of scoring in the history. of the
Gotcha.
team.
Yeah. That
And he was at a Publix. And I like how it was like, look, Lionel Messi went to the grocery store and no one noticed.
What a normal guy.
But then it was all you saw on Twitter for like 2 days. And it was like, well, obviously
So we talked about
noticed.
that
that
will
was-
be on his Apple show.
we talked about
I
that
guess.
while you were gone, and Bag Milk is of the opinion that is a very staged photo.
Yes, I said that too.
Yeah, they
I think
both
it was
did.
for the Apple show.
Because I brought it up. I was like, that's cool, man. Can you imagine, like you saw when he won the World Cup, like
But how do you
the
have
whole
photos of him
country
if
came
no
to
one
his
noticed
house.
him? And everyone
That's
in the
what I'm-
photos
yeah.
is like,
Kind of what I was thinking too. Was like,
what was cool about the second game was that he was running on the field and you could see Beckham in this one shot and he gave him a Spider-Man, or like a Darth Vader, hand gesture. And Beckham went like, it was really cool.
and DJ Khaled's kid cried.
Oh yeah, and then DJ Khaled took a photo of Messi. That's the best highlight.
Yeah, I saw that.
What we really love is celebrity,
Yeah.
not soccer.
Not the beautiful game itself.
No.
It's going to be interesting to see what Messi does for Apple.
The subscriptions are up 62%.
You talking about the stonk?
Yeah, just
That's
yeah,
what I
the
was thinking.
That don't
yeah.
move no
I'm
stomp.
thinking about there's 2 things to think about there. There's the Apple streaming service and the fact that Latin America is like 90% Android. Oh. And a guy like Messi can make impact
On how many Apple devices are sold in South America because they want to watch the show.
because there's probably some
Can't
kind
you
of,
get Apple TV on Android in other markets?
I'm sure you can,
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
think
sure
you can.
there's probably some other thing going to be happening to
Get an iPhone, you get a year free of Apple TV, and you can watch Messi for a year for free if you get an
Chalmers
iPhone.
wouldn't
right?
do that. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
No, I do
He
care.
wants to talk about beef jerky.
I actually think that, man, I'm trying to look up that stat because I heard it on that show that I listened to, but
What study are you looking at?
I don't
sure
know.
you
I was
listened.
looking at Wikipedia. What did you find?
For like top goal scorers for Inter Miami? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
So the top goal scorer currently is Gonzalo Higuain.
With 29, is that
With
what you're getting?
29.
Okay, maybe he's going to be the top leading goal scorer in the league
Season, maybe?
in the season.
But
maybe.
like the list drops very quickly. It goes
Oh, yeah.
Gonzalo guy with 29, then it goes Leonardo Campera with 16, and then Robert Taylor with 8, and then it goes down from there. So he's going to be climbing the list quite quickly.
I saw David Beckham on The Shop. You know that show? Like the LeBron James, they like sit around.
yeah.
and
Oh, yeah,
talk
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
And he said that he came over to the MLS. He was only 32. Seemed like he was way older.
I thought he would have been way
And he
older.
asked for that team in 2007. He's like, when I'm done, I get to pick a team. I get to pick the market. They're like, okay. He's like, I knew then. I'm doing Miami 2007. That shows a remarkable amount of foresight.
yeah, an insane amount.
He did it though.
Yep, and he got Messi.
Yeah, that's an incredible get.
That's insane.
And
Who's
then
next?
That offer for Mbappe to go play in Saudi,
And he said no.
he didn't even meet with them. That's sassy.
Jeez. I wonder if he's going to be.
That would have been the ultimate one and done.
But doesn't he make like $250 a year with PSG or something crazy?
I thought it was like 60 million euro.
I have no idea.
72 million euros.
72 million.
Imagine going that negotiation though face to face, like 1.1 billion. No, and then you leave. What?
Crazy.
Would you have the temerity to tell somebody no and then stick around, or would you just like?
I couldn't even put myself in the position where I'm looking at that kind of money.
You haven't negotiated for €1 billion before?
No, I have not. Sadly.
Oh,
You haven't negotiated with the Saudi royal family before?
Yeah.
I am leading their new podcast department. Speaking of other sports, Blue Jays.
Otani.
No, he's staying in.
I
LA,
found
sadly.
it.
I know,
Sorry,
but
well, I found it.
Ohtani?
1 second. If he gets 2 more goals, he's the leading scorer on Inter Miami and for the year. And they have played 25 games.
Oh, they spread out scoring.
And he's played
depth scoring.
2. So,
Did you
that's
hear
what
about
it
the guy the Jays acquired? I'm very
I
excited
heard he
about
throws
this.
Who?
absolute
Who?
smoke, so
Jordan
I am
Hicks?
interested.
No.
He is tied with Aroldis Chapman for the record for hardest ball ever thrown,
106.
105.1.
Oh, okay.
And
fast.
he will
That is
routinely
crazy.
throw sinkers that are north of 102 miles an hour. Sinkers.
No.
Oh, dude.
I love this guy already.
He's the nastiest. Like, it's so sick.
not as much as Otani, but I still love him.
Rental?
Pure rental. Yeah, he's 26. Like, it's insane. Just go on Twitter and look up Jordan Hicks. Like, 102 on the corner sinker. Anyways, the Jays are starting a big series tonight at the Dome.
Trade
against-
deadline's tomorrow.
Yeah, Coombsy and I are doing some fun stuff. If you're looking for Jays content, Blue Jays Nation on YouTube. Also, Blue Jays Today on YouTube is another great follow. Jays on Betway tonight. They start a series against the Orioles. They're minus 135 favorites. Bassett versus Gibson. Gibson doesn't have a great ERA on the year. I kind of like the Jays. They're 5.5 back of the Orioles and are starting a 4-gamer against them tonight. Ooh, I'm fired up. Anyway, shout
So
out to
how would that
Betway.
work? So if they won all 4 games, like are these? I'm trying to think of it's hockey because 4-point game, 4-point game, but they would just make up 4 games.
Yeah. So they could, if they sweep this series, go from 5.5 back to 1.5 back.
Sorry, with the Orioles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Rays have just completely fallen apart.
Where's Otani going?
Nowhere. He's staying.
The Angels
They're making
came
a
out-
playoff
The
run.
Angels came out and said, we're adding.
Yeah, they're
And they've made
buyers.
like 3 trades.
Good, but Jersey's still alive.
Dude, did you know that he was the first player since like 1956 to throw a complete game shutout and then hit a home run in a doubleheader? And he hit 2 home runs in the next game.
9-inning complete game shutout, and then went and hit 2 bombs 3 hours later.
Why would they let him put his body through that much rigor?
Well,
He's a
he
free
probably
agent, and they know
wants
he's
to.
leaving at the end of the year. So they don't give a shit.
He wants to though.
he actually, his quote was like that
Indecipherable because he doesn't speak English.
through his translator was along the lines of like, now that this is all over and they say they're going to keep me, I can just focus on trying to get this team to the playoffs because it's been a distraction. He admits it. And if it's been a distraction for him and he's still
What's he
producing,
going to look like when he's dialed in?
I know. Like, I just don't understand because I've been playing MLB The Show a bit with my son. Like, they have good players. What is the
They're
problem?
so hurt right now.
Are they?
They're missing like 9 regulars. It's insane.
Well, it would be really good for baseball
I
if
know.
they could become
Baseball needs
something.
him in so bad.
Could he throw a completer game and have a 3rd home run, please, in the 2nd game?
Do you
Perfect
like?
game hits for the cycle.
Do you like that? It's always
All the
nice.
same
It's
game.
always nice to see when like a small town market like Baltimore is having a great year like this.
Oh, it just pisses
Or do you
me
hate
off
it?
because the AL East is getting better. Baltimore's going to like win a World Series in the next 5 years, and then the Yankees and Red Sox will keep spending, and the Rays are the fucking Rays, and it's just, I hate the format of baseball.
Well, try harder, Jays.
Yeah.
They just went out and got Jordan Hicks.
Yeah, well, go get fucking
pitch
Otani.
like- Don't
That's like
pitch-
an Ekholm level deal.
I saw Zach break it down that
Do you-
way, so I'm not. That's why I'm excited. Then I found out he throws north of 100. Immediately excited.
Do you
that
do you
called like the
like?
Elks game?
Yes.
Oh,
Do you like or do you read into and not like Matt Chapman arguing with his skipper?
I don't read into it. I think that stuff happens all the time.
Do you? Yeah, I don't know. Give me a baseball show just like this where they follow. I'd love to hear the conversations in the dugouts.
I don't even think like people are like, oh, Chapman cussed him out. I'm like, okay, like they're professional athletes. Like they
Yeah.
can handle an F-bomb.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's like he's a good enough player to be able to talk to John Schneider like that
Yeah.
and swear and say, like, why are we pitching to him? He's the only guy on the team that can fucking hit. and you can read his lips. Oh yeah, and like I just go, gosh, like I don't know. When you see that kind of stuff between players, you always think, oh boy, this is not going to end well.
Yeah.
But
I think it's fine.
Well, that's why I would like to see a show on baseball because they're together every day. Like it can't be always great. There's got to be a ton of times where guys hate each other. Guys are getting at each other's heads, and they got to they know that they're halfway through a season. That would be fantastic.
Not Ohtani.
No.
We'll see.
What I'd like is a behind-the-scenes show about the Oilers, but not too behind the scenes. I just wanted to see a little tiny bit.
Anything. I'd like to see anything. Look, I saw those 2 clips of...
They do have some good mic'd up moments from Oilers Plus. I'll give them that.
McDavid and Draisaitl talking about Hyman's golf tournament. It's a start. At least I get to see their beautiful faces.
Exactly.
Oh,
Hear their
Dry's
beautiful
coming for the
voices.
tourney?
They're in the
They're
same
there.
cart
He's
together.
They're in the
yeah.
same cart. Picture's adorable.
Wow.
I love it.
That's happening right now.
Yeah, as we speak.
So,
They both chirped Zach Hyman for being a shit golfer.
Yep.
so would Leon come from Europe just for this and go back? Or is he now making his way,
I think he stays.
spend the month of August at Connor's cottage?
Isn't this the time when they start to work out a little bit more? Or is that...
Well, they started.
I mean, they work out.
7 weeks ago.
but not like
Bet you we're getting to the
real working out. Like,
steel camp.
That comes up at some point this month.
I think so.
I'm already into August, so that's what I mean by this.
you're already into what?
August.
Well, August is tomorrow. Yeah, giddy up, creeped up on us.
Are the Jays doing anything more?
Yes, I think they're going to get a bat. Big rumblings that they're going to go reunite with Teoscar Hernandez, bring back Teo, which would be very exciting.
I miss Teo's hair. Good hair, didn't he? Good dreads.
No, you're thinking
thinking
of
Lourdes
Lourdes.
Gurriel.
Yeah, you're thinking of Lourdes Gurriel.
The pineapple.
but
Pina
wasn't
Power.
Teoscar a center fielder?
He was a right fielder. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We got good meme potential with Leon Draisaitl and Pit Vipers. I think.
Are those actual pit vipers?
I doubt he's wearing knockoffs.
Well, no.
they're
But
probably
like, I didn't know if they were.
They're probably Prada blades.
They look like wraparounds, but you just can't. They don't look as square as pit vipers. They look a
Everyone
little more
makes
circular.
them now. Blades are back.
Yep.
Blades, not shades.
Blades, not shades.
Oh, my kids' baseball team, like,
All blades.
and it's part of.
and Zins.
It's part of. It was part of my like frustration, but boy, did they start to focus heavily on eye black and sunglasses and K tape and sleeves.
Dressing like major leaguers.
Yeah.
Gritty.
Little less on timing pitches, which is a problem.
Yeah, but if you look good, you play good, Charles.
Amen.
Well, hey, speaking of
You still got to do the work.
speaking of doing the work, Chalmers, are you going to come and join us on August 3rd?
What's on August 3rd? Oh, yeah, you're at your Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, Nation Noodle Night. You gonna come
And
take
we
some
have our
swings?
winners picked too, right?
We have our winners picked.
Wait, take a swing.
You get to come take a swing?
on the field. I heard a rumor Ray Brown, the bench coach, is throwing BP.
Oh, excellent.
When is this happening?
Finally, someone can put it in my zone.
Is this the game on August 3rd that you're doing the Make-A-Wish, and it's going after the game, as you told me,
Yeah.
post-game?
Yeah.
We had a little audio error, so I'm just resetting.
Yeah.
So they're going to keep people off of the off
And
the
then you asked if
field.
there's going to be kids running the field, and I said,
Well,
no.
there
we're
obviously
gonna have
can't
the kids
be.
run the field, and we're going to be hitting baseballs.
So stick around and watch Jay take some hacks.
And others, there's going to be 10 of us, I think.
Wow. What bats? Same bats we had before, or
I
is
don't
there new
know.
bats?
I've this is for next year when we try this. I got to get taped out. I totally forgot I bought a Louisville Slugger from the Louisville Slugger factory.
A wood one?
A wood one, and it's legit. I keep it as like a security device. But then Crawford pulled it out, and I'm like, oh,
That is Thursday night, and since our baseball season ended this weekend, I have nothing going on
Did it
on
end in
Tuesdays and
disappointing
Thursdays.
fashion? I'm getting the vibe it ended in disappointing
It
fashion.
wasn't great, man. 3 years in a row, we kind of haven't. I don't know, and I'm starting to rethink my process.
style?
Yeah, we went into it.
too much eye black.
We went into it with
Not enough blades.
the idea that, like, look, we can have.
Too much Zen.
We got to have a perfect mix of 50-50 fun, but taking care of business.
Nope, wrong
and
ratio.
sometimes the fun just takes over a little too much.
There's only one thing that's fun, and that's winning.
Yeah.
That's my mindset.
If I wanted to watch kids have fun, it wouldn't be
So,
an organized sport. That's
question.
for sure.
Question for you. This is a serious question. And you have a 13 baseball team. It's 11 and 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Okay. Your provincials are normally, and there's a bunch of traveling at this level of baseball. You travel quite a bit, and so
played that level. I'm more-
when you're out of town, you go. I'm for this for everybody else.
Okay.
You go out of town, and the out of town agenda usually features a hotel with a pool, right? So you spend your free time in the pool.
Hotel, motel, no pool.
Okay.
Sleep in the car. Anyway.
4 zins.
So we are of the mindset
Level up to
that
the 6s.
we want to help the kids make memories, have them coming back to the ballpark.
That's what it's all about.
Provincials was in Edmonton this year. Mm-hmm. We got a hotel.
Oh, bold
We
strategy.
went and got a hotel.
Yeah.
We let them go in the pool. We had a late night. You know, it was fun because it was a very, very much team building.
What did the winning team do that night?
I don't know.
Push-ups.
Don't know. But I don't honestly think that they were tired and affected the play on the field. What I believe
Sometimes you just lose.
sometimes you just don't have it for a weekend.
Sometimes you're focused on going to the pool.
And that's the thing about
Getting through with the game.
baseball. They're long games, right? Like there's a lot of ebbs and flows in baseball, and they can be slow at times. And so that was my focus, was like, you got to keep focused. But I also think that at 11 and 12, just telling somebody to work harder, it's not a definition they can fully understand at all times. You know what I mean?
There's a reason major league teams don't stay at hotels with pools.
It's not work harder. It's have less fun.
Yeah,
No one
but
listens
not
to
even
coach.
work harder. But it's also, you can sit there and in the dugout say focus on the game. But if you don't ever define what that focus looks like, you know why we're asking to focus. Not that we're just trying to be buzzkills, but like, you know, my whole strategy with this weekend was like visualizing success helps you have it.
All
Jake,
they can visualize the twirly slide.
when you golf, do you stand behind your ball and just think, I'm going to hit this? No, you visualize your successful shot. You then get up to the tee. You visualize it a second time when you look down the fairway. And that was what I was trying to explain to them.
And then I visualize it going into the right trees.
Yeah, but you do that, but you don't visualize that. You can't visualize that. That's fearing failure.
It's when I don't think I'm
Confused where this was going.
Or should we
Chalmers
have been more
buyer's
strict
remorse.
and had
No pool.
This is a business trip. Or at 11 and 12, are we still?
And then it's a party after you win everything.
Mixture of fun and business, but here's your pizza party and your pool and your water slide and
wind-up
staying up
party.
till midnight.
I think you're getting to the end of that when it comes to that level of baseball.
Yeah.
Like
So
11
did
and
we.
12
So
is
do
still, you want them to hang around. Like even I remember kids I played ball with growing up whose parents were maybe a little bit too major leaguey.
Yep.
They were done by the time they were 14, 15, right?
Play mini sticks in the hallway until 9 p.m. and then have a nice carbohydrate-laced meal and tuck them to bed.
See, we wanted to. We like. I believe that the kids, they remember more the experience of provincials as opposed to the result.
You got
still remember-
to get them married to the process.
Were you more
Chalmers.
devastated about losing if you ever lost?
I still remember the name of the kid who dropped the fly ball that cost us our chance to go to Western
What is his
when we were
name?
12. I won't say his
Say
name,
it right
but
now. You
I
say
don't-
his name.
I don't
Say
remember
it.
shit all out. I don't have one memory of that
But did
kid
you remember-
Say his name
during
into the
year.
microphone.
How old were you then?
12.
Say
Do
his
you
name.
remember the pool?
Nope.
Oh boy.
Tell us
I
his first
remember
name.
that
What's his
fucking
first name,
name.
your M-Chuck?
I'm kidding. I'm just screwing around.
Eddie?
Yeah, you don't.
around.
You're bullshit.
Yeah.
No, you remember a kid for sure you do.
I
You
think
petty shit.
we're at the end of it though.
Yeah, like once you get to, I think like that next rung up, like 13, 14, then definitely like by the time you're in like whatever midget would be called now, U18.
Yeah. U15 is definitely serious.
It's
I
like
mean,
if you're playing at that point, like you're not playing to go.
you're
to
not
pool
you're
anymore.
not
You want to play ball
you're
to
not
win.
you're not picking your hotel based on if it has a water slide.
I think
Yeah.
it's Chalmers wants the water slide.
I don't go in the pool. I sit in the bar and I drink
That's what I was going to suggest for the team.
with the parents. Boy, the parents bond though.
Preteen drinking
Hey,
will straighten them out.
There was my last ever hockey tournament in minor hockey when we were all like 17, 18 and we drank. That was one of the best memories of minor hockey for me. It was like that night we all just got hammered in the hotel room and then went out the next day and just got shit stomped. Like we lost so bad. It was like our last ever game of minor hockey too because we did tournament end of the year and we lost so bad.
Didn't want it.
Yeah.
down
There was a
top.
water slide at one of my stops on my road trip. I was excited about that.
Did you go on it?
Took a couple rips down. Absolutely.
Yeah. How'd you golf the next day?
Actually, I didn't golf the next day, so it was probably good. I
Smart,
was sore.
see?
I remember
Load
waking up being
management.
like, ooh, my back's
Load
sore.
management.
manager.
You're funny. I don't know what sport Crawford's going to do, and I don't know if you're going to have another child, and maybe it'll be a son, but you know that friends of ours that had kids later than I did used to be of the same, fun, you gotta have. Are you of the mindset they should be just fun until a certain age?
He was timing Crawford in the sand at the beach. He didn't run, run faster.
Yeah, you guys were running the loop of death or whatever it was when you're on your hike.
Ancient Cedars, that's what it's called. You're gonna know at a certain age if they've got the juice or not.
Yeah,
And if they do, then you lean into it. And if they don't, then it's about the water slides.
yeah.
So it's whatever. But like if it's not about the water slides because the ability is there, well then we're gonna get serious. If she wants to, she has to choose. If she just wants the water slides, then sure, I'll go down them with you.
One last plug before we wrap up the show. How many more spots do we have left on the Oilers Nation Open, Jay?
Well, you got a note there that tells you everything, Tyler.
I was handed this note earlier. We've sold 20. We have 7 teams available. We've sold 6 Mosaic golfers. We have 6 more Mosaic
so
golfers.
room for 7 more teams and 6 Mosaic golfers.
Nationgear.ca is where you want to go for that. Or you can bid to golf with either Jay and
how's that
Chalmers
going?
or myself and Liam. Right now, highest bid on each of them. We're dead even at $1,000 pop.
Ooh, hello.
There you go. Giddy up. So you can email me, Tyler@OilersNation.com, and you can drop in your bids. We've had
Where's
a couple.
our video? Where's our video kind of showcasing the differences between us two?
This is my first day back. I have no idea what's going on.
Mine
with
too.
anything.
So we'll get.
Who's
to the
the
bottom of
editor
that.
in chief of that production?
Probably me. Yep.
Okay, well,
Spent too much time.
Is that why you? Is that why
Spent too much
you're?
time on the fucking water slides?
Is that why you're wondering if you were getting the nod into the office, or when
Yeah, a
you
little
got to the office today?
Yeah, I told Jay yesterday. I was kind of like sitting there. It was a Sunday, and I was like, I should probably figure out what I need to do for my job tomorrow. And I sat down, made a list, and I was like, oh boy, I really slacked off on those.
This is why we don't stress out about year end check, because you're so neurotic.
The Sunday night lists are a real
scaries.
eye opener.
I'd have a couple beers to like really calm myself down one more time. Be like, you'll be okay.
It's okay. You got
Everything's fine.
Okay.
Well,
So-
we started something this summer we called summer projects. Well, in terms of just a bunch of shit we want to get done. And we listed a bunch of projects we want to get done. So we have a lot on the go that's got to get off the ground by the start of next season.
That brick wall ain't going to build itself.
So what did Tyler decide to do? He decided to take the first
now they
month
want
off.
to tear the whole thing down.
Well, it was kind of one of those things where it's like, I got so much time. Like, it's only the end of June. I went to the draft, came back from the draft. I got so much time. It's only the beginning of July. Then you take a 2-week holiday, and you're like, that ate up a lot of my 8-week timeline.
Tomorrow is the halfway point of this year.
Wow, that's
Just
wild.
do a montage. Just do it all half-assed fast.
I like that.
Fast.
Wait,
To music.
is that June and July?
What?
January, February, March, April, May, June.
August is-
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Dude,
We're already fully...
Or 7 months into the
2023
year.
is
We're in the
getting
12th
kids,
hole,
Man,
bro.
kids sports makes you lose track of time like nobody's business.
Yeah, it's August
Last week
1st
we were
tomorrow.
like, to get ready for playoffs, we were like going to the batting cages every night. Every single night we had something going
Well,
down.
now you get to go to the batting cages because on August 3rd, we're hitting some balls.
Yeah, well, I was hitting balls in the batting cages.
I'm going to wear gloves this time,
Okay. All right,
And
my
it's finally
laptop's about to
fucking
die,
world.
so we kind of got to wrap this up.
says you.
Well, Thursday.
It was nice to be back in the room with all you guys.
It is nice. We'll be back on Thursday.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your engagement.
Yes.
Son of a gun, eh? I'll get him next trip.